Here is your AI briefing for August 13th, 2026, with 12 stories. Story 1: Terabytes of credentials leaked in massive supply chain attack. Attackers scraped and exfiltrated credentials from 2,500 users via a compromised AI package, delivering terabytes of data and widening supply chain risk beyond the initial breach. The breach originated from a malicious update to a third-party AI library, exposing API keys and database passwords used across multiple enterprise applications. This incident highlights the critical vulnerability inherent in relying on unverified external code dependencies within modern software development pipelines. Terabytes leaked? More likely 2,500 users' weak passwords. The real win goes to threat actors who proved your AI supply chain is just a glorified honeypot. Story 2: AI News: How to Steal a Reasoning Trace. Researchers demonstrate a mechanism that extracts hidden reasoning traces via speculative decoding, leveraging model outputs to distill internal steps, showing higher fidelity leakage across trials. The attack exploits the correlation between speculative decoding candidates and the base model's hidden states to reconstruct chain-of-thought data without direct access. Speculative decoding isn't a new exploit. It's just a faster way to extract the same old internal monologues that vendors swore didn't exist. Story 3: As AI safety concerns mount, 3 pioneers make the case for staying open. At AI4, Jeffrey Hinton, Fei-Fei Li, and Andrew Ng argued for open access to accelerate verification, insisting policy should reward transparency while supporting U.S. competitiveness amid China's regional momentum. The trio emphasized that restricting access hinders independent safety audits necessary for preventing catastrophic failures in advanced systems. This stance aims to establish global norms that prioritize open scientific collaboration over nationalistic containment strategies. Hinton, Li, and Ng champion open-source AI as a competitive necessity against China, ignoring that open weights accelerate malicious actors just as fast as researchers. Story 4: OpenAI-backed Thrive Holdings raises $2 billion to bring AI to the enterprise. Thrive Holdings secured $2 billion at a $12 billion valuation, with SoftBank, D1 Capital Partners, and Elitmitter Capital backing, to scale OpenAI-powered enterprise AI offerings beyond prior funding levels. The capital injection enables immediate integration of proprietary large language models into existing enterprise software stacks. This expansion targets mid-market adoption by reducing the friction of custom AI deployment for non-technical business units. Thrive's $2 billion raise at a $12 billion valuation prioritizes scaling enterprise AI over innovation, betting SoftBank's capital on boring integration rather than breakthrough technology. Story 5: Twitch streamers can now opt out from training Amazon's AI. After Twitch's rollout, streamers can toggle opt-out so their streams, VODs, clips, chats, and channel text aren't used for future training of Amazon generative text synthesis models. The opt-out mechanism requires Amazon to exclude specific user data from training datasets, ensuring creators retain control over their digital likeness. This shift pressures other platforms to offer similar transparency regarding generative model data sourcing. Amazon's Twitch opt-out is a privacy concession that saves nothing. Users cannot retroactively remove data already ingested into trained models. Story 6: Scaling AI agents with trustworthy data. Leaders scaling agentic AI are finding ROI depends on trustworthy data foundations, because weak infrastructure and low-quality datasets cause agents to underperform despite rapid adoption. Organizations must implement rigorous data governance frameworks to validate input quality before deployment. This requirement forces engineering teams to prioritize data cleaning pipelines over immediate model training. Telling executives that trustworthy data is the barrier to ROI is like blaming the engine when the car has no wheels. The real issue is their refusal to clean their own messy spreadsheets. Story 7: Booksellers suspect AI firms are buying and then destroying rare books. Booksellers say AI companies have been bulk buying rare titles and then removing them from circulation, prompting tighter verification, resale restrictions, and potential legal action to preserve collections. Archivists warn that removing these texts from the secondary market permanently erases historical context for researchers. AI firms devouring rare books to destroy them are effectively burning cultural heritage to warm their server racks. Story 8. Everything announced at Made by Google 26 Pixel 11, Pixel Watch 5, Pixel Tag, and tons of Gemini features. Made by Google 26 unveiled Pixel 11, Pixel Watch 5, and Pixel Tag, plus multiple Gemini upgrades that expand on device assistance and multimodal search with new hardware identifiers for faster tracking. The Pixel 11 series introduces dedicated hardware security keys to enhance the reliability of local Gemini processing. These upgrades allow for real-time translation and summarization without relying on cloud connectivity for sensitive tasks. Google's Pixel 11 lineup focuses on marginal hardware tweaks while Gemini's multimodal features remain tethered to cloud latency, undermining the on-device promise. Story 9. Someone is running mass vulnerability scans, spoofing AI bots like Claudebot. Researchers say an operator is running high-volume vulnerability scans while spoofing Claudebot traffic to probe defenses, prompting incident responders to add bot signature checks and rate limits. The spoofed traffic mimics legitimate API keys to bypass standard authentication checks. Security teams now face increased latency while implementing behavioral analysis to distinguish human users from automated probes. Spoofing Claudebot to scan for vulnerabilities is a lazy attack vector that proves we're running defense on identity, not just code, leaving every bot-dependent service exposed to simple signature forgery. Story 10. S&P Global expands collaboration with Microsoft, brings breadth of essential intelligence to Microsoft 365 Copilot. S&P Global expanded its Microsoft partnership to embed traceable, contextual intelligence from AI-ready datasets into Microsoft 365 Copilot and related apps used by customers daily. The integration provides financial data directly within Outlook, Excel, and Teams to streamline corporate decision-making. S&P Global embedding data into Copilot creates vendor lock-in for enterprises, prioritizing data monetization over genuine user workflow efficiency. Story 11. Grok is now an AI teammate you can assign work. SpaceX AI launched GrokBot, an always-on AI teammate that shares a cloud computer environment with users and can sign into existing apps to complete multi-step tasks, returning results only when done. GrokBot executes complex workflows by autonomously navigating user interfaces and handling authentication without constant human oversight. This capability reduces manual labor for employees by offloading repetitive administrative or research tasks to the persistent agent. GrokBot trades your privacy for automation, logging into your accounts to work while you sleep, likely breaking your terms of service. Story 12. Trustworthy AI starts with surviving production failures. The work outlines how reliable AI agents detect production faults, re-establish identity, and isolate breached components so damage is contained before it propagates across systems. These mechanisms enable autonomous systems to maintain operational continuity despite targeted adversarial attacks. This resilience prevents cascading failures that could otherwise compromise entire enterprise infrastructure networks. Framing basic error handling as trustworthy AI is marketing fluff that obscures the mundane reality of building resilient software architectures. That is the briefing for today.